WWE 2K22 is just 2 short months away, but recent news about the Royal Rumble has spiked interest about the game's roster. But who could we see included in this year's version of the game? Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am MancBasTurd. With Johnny Knoxville joining the fight in WWE, at least temporarily, we're looking at him and 7 other celebrities that could appear in this year's version of the game. Before we do though, if you are new to the channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell to make sure that you receive alerts and notifications of new content as and when it becomes available on the channel. While including big name celebrities in a WWE game might seem like a no-brainer, because they've got a good track record of doing it in the ring, it's something that they've only ever done a handful of times. While WWE games and wrestling games in general have had extra characters not based on real world wrestlers before, they've usually been ones created for the game itself or non-wrestlers around the wrestling industry. However, the first time a celebrity was made a major playable character was with the release of SmackDown Just Bring It on the PS2 in late 2001 and the subsequent release of WWE Raw on Xbox in early 2002. Both games included Fred Durst, lead singer of Limp Bizkit, a deal likely struck because their song Rollin' was included as The Undertaker's entrance music in these games. It was over a decade before we saw a celebrity added again, but WWE 13, the last game in the series not published by 2K Sports, included Mike Tyson in his D-Generation X garb from WrestleMania 15 as a playable character. Now, despite a constant stream of big name celebrities in WWE programming, those are the only times we've ever seen them in a WWE video game. However, news of a surprising Royal Rumble edition could finally be here to change that with the release of WWE 2K22. The possibility of a celebrity addition to the WWE 2K22 roster is largely fueled by the timing of Johnny Knoxville, yes, the one from Jackass, will be entering the WWE Royal Rumble later this month. With WWE 2K22 expected to have more exciting announcements either leading up to or during the Royal Rumble, now seems like an apropos time to allow Johnny Knoxville his own playable character within the game. With WWE's deep history of having celebrities involved with big shows, sometimes physically and sometimes not, we're taking a look at Johnny Knoxville and 7 other celebrities that could join him in WWE 2K22 as celebrity additions to the roster. At the risk of sounding a bit too obvious with the first choice, the potential addition of Knoxville should absolutely include fellow Jackass originals Stevo and Chris Pontius. They've also got their own WWE experience as they squared up against Umaga on the October 16th, 2006 edition of WWE Raw and left with plenty of damage for their troubles. If WWE wants to channel the spirit of Fred Durst, a great way would be to bring in Rob Zombie into the game in exchange for Never Gonna Stop being an additional theme song for Edge in the game. The Rated R superstar used the song for several years in the early 2000s, and there's no doubt it would be a blast to take Rob Zombie into the WWE 2K22 action. In what is arguably the best case here to join the game, Rob Gronkowski is actually a former WWE 24/7 champion, though his career sort of halted before it began as he jumped back to the NFL. Now, whether you love him or you hate him, it would be fascinating to see an active NFL star make it into the game. But the reality that 2K rival EA Sports uses Gronk in Madden may prevent this possibility from becoming a reality. Whether you love him or you hate him, it's another case of Marmite. There's no denying the celebrity and presence of Logan Paul has created for himself, and it was enough to land him a special guest role at WrestleMania 37. Paul took the step of getting involved in the action briefly, and he's probably the most likely of those on this list to push WWE to add him to the game in exchange for another appearance. WWE hasn't been as great about bringing in female celebrities in the past, but former Jersey Shore star Snooki even got to compete in a multi-person match at WrestleMania 27. While fans had basically no expectations, Snooki shocked the world with a series of acrobatic moves and decent wrestling expertise for someone of so little experience, and she'd be the perfect unique throwback option for the WWE 2K22 roster of women. Last, but certainly not least, we have the one and only Snoop Dogg, who has appeared multiple times, including as a Grandmaster of Ceremonies at WrestleMania 24, and accompanying Sasha Banks to the ring at WrestleMania 32. Snoop Dogg is also a current member of the WWE Hall of Fame after being inducted in 2016, and adding his tall and distinct frame to the WWE 2K22 roster would definitely get the attention of some fans. What do you think of some of my proposed celebrity additions for WWE 2K22? Is there anyone else that you would like to see in the game? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like, share it with your friends. Until next time, cheers.